In a galaxy bound by rigid order, the stellar Concord brands humans as chaos incarnate, resilient, cunning, and impossible to contain. When they dispatch their deadliest predator to silence a lone scientist, they expect a clean kill. Instead, they spark an alliance that reshapes the stars. This is the story of Dr. Mira Solis and the hunter who chose her side. The stellar concord of advanced civilizations ruled the galaxy with traditions as intricate as they were stifling. Most were bureaucratic marathons, endless data filings or ceremonies that could lull a sentient AI to sleep. One tradition, however, burned brightly in the Concord's collective psyche, their absolute conviction that humans were the universe's most dangerous pest. This belief wasn't baseless. Humans survived volcanic worlds, colonized forbidden zones, and invented horrors like antimatter drives and reality-bending social media. To the Concord, they were cosmic dandelions, stubborn, invasive, and sprouting where least wanted. Commander Thal Krenix, a four-armed Veltari of the Concord's Containment Bureau, had spent 12 stellar cycles tracking human incursions with mounting exasperation. His segmented eyes, attuned to ultraviolet spectra, glared at a holographic map in the Concord's command chamber, a sterile dome orbiting a neutron star. The map pinpointed a new human outpost on a remote asteroid in the Venara Belt, a region under quarantine since the Noodle catastrophe of 2392, when a human chef's replicator error desecrated a sacred fungal colony, sparking a diplomatic crisis. "Another outpost," Thal hissed, his voice modulator crackling like static. This cycle. General Vorin, a silicate-based Kurath whose crystalline body pulsed with crimson light, rumbled, "This violates 22 containment edicts." 23, corrected Admiral Silra, a Myran whose cephalopod-like tentacles wove patterns of disdain, her bioluminescent ink-spelling insolence in the air. "They're broadcasting something called synthwave across 5 sectors." Thal's mandibles twitched. Synthwave, a human sonic weapon, had destabilized 3 trade-high hubs, its hypnotic beats lingering in neural pathways like a virus. "The outpost is minimal," he said, zooming the hologram with a clawed hand. "One human female, a scientist studying microbial ecosystems." Vorin's crystals vibrated, a Karath laugh. "Studying? Humans don't study without exploiting. She'll turn those microbes into bioweapons or narcotics." "Or both," Silra added, her tentacles forming calamity. The chamber fell silent, the weight of a lone human with alien biology sinking in. A scientist unchecked was a galactic tinderbox. "We must act," Vorin declared, his form looming over the hologram, casting jagged shadows. "A military strike risks human detection. Their diplomats are unorthodox." Thal's data slate listed past human retributions. One involved hacking a Concord fleet's navigation to play an endless loop of happy birthday. "Then we follow tradition," Vorin said. "We send a hunter." Thal's mandibles drooped. "The last 5 hunters disappeared. One sent a transmission of itself curled up with a human, captioned cozy vibes." Vorin's crystals flared. "We send our best. We send Zorath." Gasps echoed. Thal's exoskeleton prickled despite his training against void terrors. Zorath were apex predators from a death world so hostile, Concord scouts needed triple-layered suits to survive its corrosive air. Evolving in a relentless kill-or-be-killed ecosystem, Zorath honed intelligence through brutal competition. Their 3.5-meter bodies, clad in obsidian scales that deflected plasma bolts, moved with lethal grace. 6 eyes saw across spectrums, and olfactory sensors tracked molecules across vacuums. Unlike prior hunters, Zorath knew only dominance, territory, and the hunt, no affection, no compromise. "Very well," Thal said, his modulator barely concealing dread. "I'll arrange transport." Leaving the chamber, he felt a gnawing certainty. Sending a Zorath after a scientist who likely just wanted to name bacteria and hum forbidden tunes was a colossal mistake. Zorath Hunter 492, designated Shadow, felt nothing as its stealth pod. tore through hyperspace toward the asteroid. Emotions were inefficiencies, purpose was paramount. Locate target. Neutralize target. Return. The pod's interface provided essentials: coordinates, breathable atmosphere, 0.8 standard gravity, and a genetic profile for tracking. The target, a human female, 32 Earth years, operated a solitary research post. Threat assessment: negligible. Shadow had never faced a human, but the briefing highlighted their unpredictability, resilience, and bizarre tendency to bond with anything: minerals, drones, even predators. This human was alone, negating their group-based strength. The hunt would be swift. The pod landed 4 kilometers from the outpost, cloaked to evade sensors. Shadow emerged into a rocky landscape of luminescent fungi and crystalline spires, the asteroid's dim star casting ghostly glows. Its nostrils flared, detecting organic traces and a synthetic scent. Human hygiene products, cloyingly sweet. Dr. Mira Solis was enduring a miserable day. Her nutrient synthesizer had churned out a paste tasting of regret. 3 microbial samplers were crushed by seismic tremors, and now she trudged through glowing fungi, swatted by buzzing creatures resembling winged scorpions. Stupid Concord. Restrictions, she muttered, adjusting her pack. 1 researcher for an entire asteroid? It's like mapping a genome with a crayon. Human probation, a relic of the Noodle catastrophe, forced solo missions to avoid diplomatic fallout. Mira understood but loathed it. Her comm beeped. Unidentified object entered atmosphere. Possible debris. Caution advised. Mira sighed. Great meteors. She hastened, unaware that 70 meters behind, Shadow stalked through the fungi, its scales merging with Shadow's. The human was small, clad in a flimsy suit, moving noisily, leaving a clear trail. Shadow's 6 eyes assessed. Weak, inefficient, no threat. Protocol demanded observation. It froze, blending with the terrain, as Mira retrieved a damaged sampler. You little troublemaker, Mira said, her voice echoing. What broke you? She linked it to her tablet, displaying microbial colonies with electromagnetic signatures. Incredible, she murmured. Like Earth's archaea, but you navigate the asteroid's magnetic field. You're my ticket to rewriting xenobiology. Shadow's sensory ridges twitched. The human wasn't exploiting, she was marveling. This contradicted the briefing. Prey feared ecosystems, not admired them. Observation would extend. Mira's passion stemmed from years studying alien life. Earth's universities, stifled by conquered oversight, couldn't match the Venara Belt's untouched ecosystems. She'd fought for this post, enduring bureaucratic gauntlets, driven by a childhood fascination with extremophiles, life thriving where it shouldn't. This asteroid was her proving ground, and she'd be damned if tremors or scorpions stopped. Her Mira reached her research station as the asteroid's star sank, bathing the landscape in bioluminescent hues. The prefab structure, lab, bunk storage, and a hygiene unit requiring acrobatics to use, was Spartan but home after 5 months. She sealed the airlock, though the atmosphere was safe, and downloaded the sampler's data. Images revealed a shadow in the fungi, larger than expected, with 6 eyes and sensory ridges. Hello, gorgeous, she said, zooming in. Theropod-like, but those ridges. Electromagnetic sensors? You're my holy grail, Shadow observed through a transparent panel, its scales absorbing light. The human studied images of a creature resembling Zorath ancestors, less refined, primal. Her posture radiated excitement, not fear, defying prey instincts. She wasn't weaponizing or consuming, she was preserving knowledge. Shadow's mission parameters didn't account for this. The human's actions suggested intelligence engaging with intelligence, not conquest. Mira's mind raced. The creature's adaptations could confirm her theory. The asteroid's magnetic field drove evolutionary leaps, producing life forms with sensory abilities beyond Earth's analogs. Documenting it could redefine xenobiology, proving humans could contribute to galactic science beyond chaos. She planned a dawn expedition to a fungal grove, where seismic activity hinted at microbial hubs, unaware of the predator watching her every move. At sunrise, Mira deployed a camouflage blind in the grove, her upgraded sensors humming. She settled in, sipping synthetic tea, bitter but caffeinated. Hours passed, the ecosystem adjusting. Winged scorpions buzzed, crystalline plants pulsed. Then, a stillness spread, a predator's presence silencing the grove. Mira's heart pounded, not with fear but exhilaration. She activated her cameras, whispering, "This is it." Shadow emerged, its 3.5-meter frame a void of black scales, 6 eyes glinting like nebulae. Its sensory ridges pulsed, detecting Mira's heartbeat, her chemical signature. Mira cataloged, apex predator, ecosystem architect, intelligent beyond instinct. "You're magnificent," she whispered, focusing her lens. Shadow tensed, mission clear. One strike to end the threat. Yet the human spoke, piercing its concealment. "I see you, and you're breathtaking." The words, unintelligible, carried a tone that stirred Shadow's ancient neural pathways. Respect, not submission. This wasn't prey behavior. Shadow stepped into view, abandoning stealth. If the human recognized its dominance, it deserved to face its end openly. Mira's eyes widened, but her voice stayed steady. "Hello, incredible. You're evaluating me, aren't you?" She'd studied predators on a dozen worlds, recognizing assessment. Slowly, she pulled a protein bar from her pack, eating a piece to show safety, then offering the rest. "Hungry? It's not gourmet, but it's protein." Shadow's confusion surged. Food sharing was a Zorath ritual for pack bonds, reserved for kin, not prey. Deception? Alliance? The human's pulse signaled excitement, not fear. Shadow approached, senses alert, and consumed the bar in one bite. The act felt profound, a violation of protocol. Mira smiled, her scientific mind noting the interaction's weight. She privately named the creature Onyx, though she kept it unspoken, sensing formality mattered. Over 3 days, a pattern emerged. Mira worked, sampling microbes, recording data, while Onyx followed, observing from a distance. It vanished for hunts, once leaving a crystalline herbivore near her camp, its carcass pristine. "Thanks, but I've got rations," Mira said, gesturing to her supplies. "Appreciate the gesture." Onyx seemed to grasp her intent, watching her tools with curiosity. On the 3rd day, it led her to a seismic fissure where electromagnetic microbes glowed in fractal patterns, a display of natural artistry. "You knew I'd love this," Mira said, awed, her tablet capturing the glow. Onyx rumbled, a sound Mira interpreted as affirmation. Shadow justified its delay as intelligence gathering, but the truth gnawed. It found the human compelling. Her respect for the ecosystem, her lack of destructive intent, challenged Zorath instincts. Anticipating her reactions sparked pleasure, and emotion Zorath were bred to suppress. Mira, unaware of the internal conflict, felt a growing trust, sensing Onyx's intelligence transcended instinct, a partner in discovery rather than a threat. Mira's backstory added depth to her mission. Raised on Earth's overcrowded orbitals, she'd escaped a corporate-driven life through xenobiology, inspired by tales of alien worlds. The Venara Belt was her chance to prove humans could be stewards, not spoilers, of galactic ecosystems. Onyx's presence, initially alarming, became a gift, an intelligent species to study, a bridge to understanding the asteroid's secrets. Shadow's mission deadline expired. The human should have been dead, yet Shadow lingered, rationalizing its inaction as tactical observation. The herbivore gift tested Mira's response. The fissure gauged her intellect. These excuses frayed as Shadow faced an unthinkable truth. It valued the human's company. Her approach, observing, not dominating, offered a perspective alien to Zorath culture, where survival meant outwitting prey. Doubt, a foreign sensation, crept in, eroding the certainty bred into a predator. Mira was analyzing microbial energy signatures, her lab aglow with holographic data. When the station's alarms blared, sensors detected a conquered military vessel in orbit, its weapons primed. Not good, she muttered, activating her emergency beacon. Earth's diplomats had secured her permit through grueling negotiations, but a military presence suggested betrayal. The comm crackled. Human researcher, this is Commander Thal Krennic's Containment Bureau. Your presence violates quarantine. Prepare for extraction. My permit is valid, Mira protested, her voice steady despite rising panic. I'm conducting non-invasive research under Conquered Law, Section 9. Revoked, Thal snapped. You've endangered the ecosystem with contaminants. Sensors detect an unauthorized life form nearby. Explain. Mira froze. They meant Onyx, who now slept near her station, its massive form a silent sentinel under the starlight. That's native predator I'm studying, she said cautiously. Highly intelligent, undocumented, critical to my research. A tense pause followed. Remain in your station. A containment team is en route. The comm died. Mira knew containment meant Onyx's capture, likely dissection and her own exile. Her research buried in classified vaults. Not on my watch, she said, grabbing her emergency pack, rations, tools, and a portable lab. She'd rather flee than let the Conquered erase her work or harm Onyx. Shadow, hidden in the fungi, processed the vessel's arrival with a flicker of concern, an emotion it shouldn't possess. Protocol demanded it kill Mira and flee, exploiting her distraction. Instead, it stepped into view, deliberately rustling the underbrush. Mira spun, relief flooding her face. Onyx, thank stars. The Conquered's coming and they're trouble for me and you. She gestured to the asteroid's cave systems, their depths mapped during her seismic surveys. They'll cage you, or worse, and my work will vanish. We need to move. Shadow understood the urgency, crouching to offer its back. Mira hesitated, then climbed on, gripping its scales. This better mean escape, she said, half laughing at the absurdity. Shadow surged toward a cave system, its speed a blur, targeting depths that shielded heat signatures from Concord sensors. As they fled, Shadow abandoned its mission entirely. The human wasn't a target. She was pack. Her respect and purpose outweighing orders. Thal's team found the station deserted, equipment scattered, signs of hasty departure. No human, no Zorath, a subordinate reported, mandibles twitching nervously. Heat signatures are erratic, possible decoys. Thal's eyes narrowed, his forearms manipulating a holographic scanner. Analyze their movement. Are they together? The data confirmed. Together always. Thal cursed in Veltari, a low hiss. It's happened again. A Zorath allied with a human was a nightmare beyond containment protocols. General Vorin would demand blood, likely Thal's. A comm officer interrupted. Transmission on a Zorath channel, encrypted. The message was 3 glyphs. Hunt, terminated, mutual bond. Shadow had declared Mira under its protection, a legal and tactical catastrophe. Prepare my shuttle, Thal said, his modulator flat. I'll resolve this myself. In a cavern, lit by glowing microbes, Mira set up camp near a crystal-clear stream. This'll hide us, she said, assembling a portable lab to continue her work. Onyx scanned the dark, its message sent to Dieter pursuit. Mira studied it, curiosity undimmed. You're not native, are you? Too advanced for this ecosystem. That message, you're no beast. She paused, realization dawning. They sent you to kill me, didn't they? Onyx's stillness confirmed her suspicion. Mira laughed, a sound of genuine amusement. Thanks for rethinking that. I'm fond of breathing. She sobered, her gaze softening. But you've defied your masters. They'll call you a traitor. Onyx understood betrayal's cost. Death among Zorath. Yet the Conquered wasn't pack. Mira was. Her respect, her shared purpose, redefined loyalty. Mira, sensing the weight of her words, added, Whatever happens, we're in this together. Their flight wasn't just escape. It was defiance. Mira's research, once a personal quest, now carried galactic stakes. If the Concord suppressed it, They'd reinforce human stereotypes as threats, not partners. Onyx's defection was a crack. In their dogma, a chance to prove intelligence could unite across species. The cavern's glow bathed them, a scientist and predator bound by a fragile revolutionary trust. Footsteps echoed in the cavern, sharp against the drip of the stream. Onyx moved instantly, shielding Mira, its scales bristling, 6 eyes locked, on the tunnel. Thal Krenix emerged, forearms raised in a universal truce gesture, his exoskeleton glinting in the microbial glow. "I come to negotiate," he said, his modulator steady but his mandibles twitching as he eyed Onyx's towering form. Mira stepped forward, her hand resting on Onyx's flank, a gesture of unity. "No negotiation needed. My permit was legal. I've violated no protocols." Thal's segmented eyes darted between them. "The Zorath operative changes everything. It was dispatched to eliminate you." Mira glanced at Onyx, who growled, the sound vibrating the cavern's stones, dislodging pebbles. "Clearly, it had better ideas," she said, her voice calm but edged. Thal pressed on, his forearms gesturing diplomatically. "I propose a compromise. Your permit is reinstated, but you and the Zorath remain quarantined here for your studies." "Duration. You're isolating us," Mira said, her tone sharp. "Containing a potential threat," Thal corrected, his modulator softening. "A human-Zorath alliance is unprecedented, a variable the conquered cannot ignore." Mira's eyes narrowed. "And if we refuse?" Thal's mandibles drooped, a Veltari sign of unease. "My superiors will authorize aggressive measures, fleets, not teams." Onyx advanced, its posture conveying terms through precise movements. A language of scale and sinew. Thal's eyes widened as he translated. Formal defection from the Concord, guarantees of non-pursuit, and Mira as pack kin under Zorath law, protected by ancient accords. "Zorath don't bond outside their kind," Thal said, stunned. "This is revolutionary." Mira stroked Onyx's scales, her smile defiant. "First time for everything." Thal hesitated, his forearms still, then nodded. "I'll present your terms. Expect stringent oversight, but your research may continue." He turned to leave, pausing. "Your alliance challenges everything we know. Be cautious, it draws attention." As he vanished into the tunnel, Mira turned to Onyx. "You just rewrote your life for me. Thank you." Onyx settled beside her, its rumble a low reassurance, 6 eyes scanning the dark. Back at Concord Command, Thal faced Vorin's fury. "A Zorath defects for a human?" the Korath roared, crystals flaring like supernovae. "This is catastrophic." Thal stood firm, his modulator even. "It's an opportunity. The human's research yields 25 medicinal compounds, and her bond with the Zorath offers psychological insights we've never accessed." Silra's tentacles wove cautiously, her ink spelling potential. "We monitor them closely. If their work proves valuable, we adapt protocols." Over weeks, Mira's station expanded with Concord-supplied modules, advanced labs, a reinforced habitat for Onyx, and a larger hygiene unit, mercifully less claustrophobic. Onyx developed a taste for Mira's freeze-dried mango rations, a quirk. That amused her. Thal visited regularly, citing inspections but drawn by fascination. "The Concord's wary," he admitted during a visit, watching Onyx lounge near Mira's workbench, its scales glinting like a void. "But your discoveries, 30 compounds now, justify tolerance. They'd get more if they stopped." "Weaponizing intelligence," Mira said, adjusting a spectrometer. Onyx rumbled agreement, its mango obsession a running joke. Thal's mandibles twitched, a hint of amusement. "Your bond is rewriting containment doctrine. The Council debates, replicating it with other predators." Mira grinned, scratching Onyx's sensory ridge, earning a purr that shook her tablet. "Good. The galaxy needs a wake-up call." Mira's research deepened, uncovering microbial networks that mimicked neural systems, suggesting the asteroid's ecosystem was a proto-intelligence. Onyx's guidance, leading her to hidden fissures, guarding her during tremors, accelerated her findings. Their alliance, once a fluke, became a model, with Concord analysts studying their interactions for interspecies strategies. Mira, aware of the scrutiny, doubled her efforts, knowing each discovery bolstered their case for freedom. 6 months later, Mira's research station was a beacon of discovery. Her lab, now a sprawling complex, mapped microbial networks with applications from medicine to quantum computing. Onyx, officially named in her reports, was her partner, guiding her to uncharted ecosystems and protecting her during expeditions. Their bond, once a conquered nightmare, inspired pilot programs pairing researchers with predator species under strict oversight. Thal's visits, now monthly, blended oversight with genuine interest. "Your work reshapes xenobiology," he said, handing Mira a data crystal extending her permit 2 cycles. "The Council's intrigued by your Zorath insights," Mira smirked, calibrating a sensor. "Treating Onyx as a colleague, not a weapon, helps. Respect beats fear." Onyx, sprawled nearby, munched a mango ration, its purr vibrating the floor. Thal's mandibles twitched, amused. "The Concord's testing similar bonds. Your alliance is a catalyst." Mira nodded, scratching Onyx's ridge. About time the galaxy learned unity over dominance. Her findings, 40 compounds, a proto-intelligent ecosystem, drew researchers to the Venara Belt, turning it into a scientific hub. Onyx's defection, once a scandal, was now a case study, with Concord scholars analyzing its psychology for diplomatic applications. Mira's backstory fueled her drive. Escaping Earth's corporate grind, she'd vowed to prove humans could be galactic stewards. Onyx, the galaxy's perfect hunter, found purpose beyond killing, its 6 eyes now scanning stars with curiosity, not hunger. One evening, they stood outside the station, the asteroid starfield blazing. "They sent you to kill me," Mira said, "and now we're rewriting history." Onyx rumbled, a sound she swore was laughter, a concept alien to its former self. The Concord filed reports, missing the deeper truth. On this asteroid, a human and predator proved understanding was the universe's greatest power. Their work continued, each discovery a testament to their bond. The Venara Belt, once a backwater, became a symbol of possibility, with Mira mentoring new researchers, Onyx a silent ambassador for interspecies trust. History was written, not with claws or cunning, but with a partnership that transcended species, a legacy of unity in a galaxy long divided by fear. Call to support. If Mira and Onyx's journey inspired you, support the channel. Subscribe, share, and join us for more tales of galactic unity and discovery. Your support fuels these stories.